Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising, today is a new day to start again. It is 4/25/2025. I'm trying to be suspenseful. I missed a third. All right. Well, we're moving forward. It is 2025. We are mid-April. I live in Indiana, Kokomo, Indiana. I am central United States of America. I really don't pay attention to the media anymore, so I really don't know what's going on. I know things are happening really fast. I've heard a lot of the big keywords. I have a general understanding of what's going on, but it's just narratives that are being thrown at me, so I'm not really sure. And I really have given faith to what I try to preach in these videos every day, basically. So I'm not worried anymore. One of the things I've really gotten better about, that I think these videos help me a lot with, is worry doesn't do any good. But we all do worry, so you gotta figure out how to make your worry worthwhile. Also had someone call from, I did a Facebook ad for my job onto my Facebook friends, and I didn't really get any feedback from it, but today I got a phone call from somebody that I haven't spoken to in a long time, and I was like, well, look at that. That was kind of cool. I have a horrible memory, though. Like, some of these people I haven't seen in 30 years, and I've seen for a minute there. I was very active on Facebook, so I got a pretty good understanding of a lot of old friends during that, but then COVID happened and things happened, and I basically removed myself from Facebook. And so, and I went through a lot of things, so I'm completely different now too. So it's very strange. The whole process is very strange, because I'm not the same person that I was, and neither are they, as you're talking to people, but you still also have a general understanding of each other. I've got some new plans moving forward, but I have to keep it under wraps. I've had this little secret I've had to hold on to. I haven't had that for a long time. It's not really that big of a deal, but I guess it's been kind of fun, because I have done pretty well with it. I was asked to not say anything about something, and I haven't said anything about it. I'm pretty proud of my clap. I've done pretty good. You have to have credibility with stuff like that. If you don't have credibility, then people won't give you information. I used to worry about talking about things when they were going well, because I didn't want to jinx it. I learned that from other people, actually. And now that I'm getting further along, it's like if it's taken away, it wasn't meant to be. So I'm not really worried about it anymore. Like, if I feel good, I'm going to let people know about it. I think there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's not. And I think everybody should be able to be themselves too. Some of my best form is when I'm bopping around like I'm in a good mood. And I think what I do is I raise the volume of the people around me as well. That can be very helpful, but sometimes you just feel like you get put into a position where you're not able to do that. And that's for good too. I've had to learn how to rein myself in, but it has had an effect on like my overall energy. And I'm just trying to learn a lot about that, and how what I'm bringing into the mixture of things, and what I can do to try to not be detrimental. Sometimes you're the purest thing in a very impure system. Sometimes you're not pure, and you need to be purified in a system. And I think that's just how life works. We get rubbed one way or another if we're rough. I'm not giving anything away here. When you play against me, you should probably know I'm always on a full court press. Whether you know it or not, I'm generally pretty engaged. And if we are adversaries, I hope you know your competition, because I probably let on one way or another. But I think if you don't, you probably won't even learn your lesson from what I was trying to teach you. I usually teach it pretty poignantly right off the bat if I'm teaching anything. I don't like messing around, but I do like working an antidote because I like to set the tone of what I'm trying to do, and then I'm going to work around that with showing you what I'm talking about to build the confidence of it. But in the beginning of sales, it's hard because I'm going off script for a second. You do want to get in with the guest, but it's manipulative because you want them to believe that you're just a regular person, which you are, and you are doing a job. So that's kind of the tone I try to set. What are you looking for? But it's hard to get to that because people have already been through the ringer with a salesperson before that looks just like me. And an ex-husband too. I get that a lot, I think. You look like my ex-husband. Act just like him too. So I have to fight against stuff like that, especially being a divorced dad. Like if that comes up in the conversation, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you're not even with your kid. Oh, so it definitely doesn't help me in my situation sometimes, but because I am honest a lot of times where I should just shut the heck up. Well, it's basically learning how to deal with yourself also. Anyways, I'm not really playing any games anymore. I was done doing games a while back. I kind of did what I do the last few videos. I know I had more eyes on me, and I decided to focus on my two most contentious standpoints because that's what I do. Like I just said, I want to get to the crux of what I'm talking about. Money is evil. We have to get rid of money. If we can't get rid of money, we're going to struggle. I've been rethinking back on it because I'm like, man, I'm really pushing the wrong way here. But because I started to analyze myself, and I'm like, I mean, just because money is the common denominator does not make it the evil one, too. I mean, that also is in play. And then people will bring up human nature. It's not money that is. What I'm saying is everything is a tool or a weapon. And some things are just very weaponized. So the weaponized things, if they become detrimental, then they should be a limit. It's like if you have a drinking problem, you shouldn't drink. We got a money problem. We shouldn't have money. That's kind of what I'm saying. You can't scale it back. It's just so bad that we have to get rid of it. And then maybe figure out a way to institute it back slowly. And I think that's probably what's been done in the past. But have you ever heard of all these coins that they find that are cut up? Well, let's see. Let's go back into... Nothing kills the room like saying money is evil, though. So I should probably just stop doing it, but that's really what my contention is. The second big killer is the Bible is not, and I have a hard time even saying it, but it's true. The Bible is not the Word of God. And I will debate that with anyone. If that's our premise, that the Bible is the Word of God, I will say that is untrue. And I will argue with that as long as you want to. But it is not true. Intellectually, you cannot say that the Bible is the Word of God. You can't. It's not true. So if you're saying that as your first thing, you're leading into deception. Do you understand? That's my biggest thing. But people they kill me over that. Then if I want to roundhouse you, I'm going to tell you that America as a whole thing is a lie. So if your premise is to start with, I am an American, this is killing me, but it's a lie. So you're starting with deception. If you have a free will to begin, and you begin knowingly with deception because it's a dream, or because whatever you want to say is the lock, because you want eternity, you want paradise. So, and you do not want hell, which is how they really use the Bible, is the fear of hell. I get myself in so much trouble. Some of these things are true, though. Liberty is true, I think. I mean, the idea of liberty. We get what we pay for. We do what we do, we pay, basically, with our money But more importantly, which I think is the most important, is what's really hit me is your soul, whatever that is. And what I think your soul is basically is your intent of your life all the way through. It's a full moment. And what is your intent of your soul? That's yours. That's free will. Regardless of the circumstances, what was your intent of your soul? One of the things I learned yesterday that to a common bloke would just be a quinky dink. You ready for this one? Chevy Chase. What do you think of when you think of Chevy Chase? What if I was to tell you, for Americans, but I really think for the whole realm, because I think this Americans thing is, Chevy Chase is a place. Did you know that? I found that out yesterday. It's a place of great historical and modern day significance. I had never even heard of it before yesterday. I just remember Fletch. I had no idea Chevy Chase was a place. I think that right there, you could spend the next lifetime just concentrating on the significance of Chevy Chase. You could do a book on it. And then I thought, oh, almost. I got into almost. Oh, then I got back into Fletch and Chevy Chase. Fletch, Chevy Chase, Caddyshack with Chevy Chase, the beginning of Saturday. I mean, he was a legend. He did a lot of cocaine and a lot of bad things. And he's not a good person, probably. I mean, that's terrible to say, though. He did a lot of great things. He made a lot of people laugh. What is Chevy Chase? I struggle with it because he was very difficult. I think he dealt, I don't want to psychoanalyze Chevy Chase, but I do think that he dealt with a lot of vanity. He probably sold his soul. What they say is that all of these people that reach a certain level, they sold their soul. So anyways, it's a place of geographic. I think that there's a connection there. That's why Chevy Chase is Chevy Chase. And if he wants to get on and talk to me about it, I'd love to do some interviews with some really famous people and just really get into it. How do you really feel now that you have to deal with all this shame? I don't really feel sorry. That's where I got into this almost. I almost feel sorry for them. And then I got into this almost all and then most. It's like a concession. Almost is a concession. You're like, all of them. Well, most of them. That's what almost is. I keep pulling on.